Steven Avery's story is one of the most controversial and debated true crime cases in American history, a case that forced the public to question whether the justice system failed or whether it ultimately got it right. Steven Avery was born in 1962 in Manitowoc County, Wisconsin, and in 1985, his life took a devastating turn when he was wrongfully convicted of sexual assault and attempted murder, a crime he did not commit. He spent 18 years in prison before DNA evidence proved his innocence, exposing serious flaws in the original investigation and leading to his release in 2003. Avery later filed a $36 million lawsuit against Manitowoc County for wrongful conviction, a lawsuit that placed immense pressure on local law enforcement. Just 2 years later, in 2005, Avery would again become the center of a murder investigation, this time for the death of freelance photographer Teresa Halbach, who disappeared after visiting the Avery salvage yard to photograph a vehicle. Her car was later found on the property, followed by disturbing discoveries, including bone fragments, personal items, and forensic evidence that investigators said directly linked Steven Avery to the crime. Avery was arrested and charged with first-degree intentional homicide, while his nephew, Brendan Dassey, later confessed during police interrogations. Confessions that critics argue were coerced and unreliable due to his age and intellectual limitations. At trial, prosecutors presented physical evidence, including DNA, bloodstains, and key testimony to support their case, while Avery's defense claimed he was framed by the same law enforcement agencies he was suing, arguing evidence tampering and conflicts of interest. In 2007, Steven Avery was convicted and sentenced to life in prison without parole, while Brendan Dassey received a separate conviction. The case gained worldwide attention in 2015 after Netflix released Making a Murderer, a documentary series that reignited public debate and introduced millions to questions about police conduct, evidence handling, and wrongful convictions. Supporters argue that inconsistencies, missing evidence, and investigative bias suggest Avery may have been framed, while critics insist the evidence against him is overwhelming and cannot be ignored. Over the years, appeals have been filed, forensic claims re-examined, and new theories proposed, yet the convictions remain intact. Today, Steven Avery remains behind bars, and the case continues to divide legal experts, investigators, and the public alike. Was Steven Avery the victim of one of the greatest miscarriages of justice in modern history? Or did the system finally hold a guilty man accountable? Until definitive answers emerge, the Steven Avery case remains a chilling reminder that truth and justice do not always arrive hand in hand.